Hi guys, it's Brad from It's About Time Now. Have you guys had any issues with your RV interior lighting burning out? We have. We've learned how to replace them. Come on along, we'll show you how we do that. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, we encourage you to go ahead and like and subscribe. Have you guys had any problems with your RV lighting burning out inside? I had to contact the manufacturer and we found a way to replace them. Okay, as many of you are aware, Gumby is equipped with 2 lithium batteries. One of them was installed from the factory. So my operating voltage is 14.5 volts rather than closer to 12.5 like a normal rig would have. This has seemed to cause me issues with some of my lighting. Let's take a look. This is what happens to them. They start to burn out. I don't know if any of the rest of you have had issues after using lithium batteries, but I'm going to have to replace this one. I've done a little research on the lights that we're equipped with here, and I was able to contact the manufacturer. And rather than replace the entire light fixture, I can replace that LED strip. Let me turn it back on. Let's see what happens here. There it is. Right there. There's the ones that are burning out. Okay. So I've unscrewed the cover, and now we're going to pull the light fixture out. In this particular case, these light fixtures are held in by 3 Phillips head screws. So we're just going to remove those. Okay, so here's all the tools that we're going to need to do this. Now, this is a 12 volt battery light. So if you're not comfortable doing electricity, leave this to a repair person. But since it is only 12 volt, it's a fairly safe operation to do. Obviously, make sure the light switch is turned off before you take this out. Now, originally, these wires were complete to the light. So I had to cut the wires and put these solderless ends on it. So I just use those because if I have to replace them again, like I have with this one, I only have to unplug it and put those 2 connectors on. So we're going to progress forward to that section now. As you can see, these little fingers on the side are all that hold this light board inside this fixture. So we're just going to gently pry those apart, and this should come right out. All right, I've got it loose, so I'm going to cut off these ends that I don't need, and this will come right out. There's the bad one right there. Don't know what exactly is bad on it, but I can't have a strobe light going. I'm not that young anymore. So here's our new one. And it looks just like it. And we will simply push these wires through that center hole right there and clip this back into the fixture. And there we go. So all the little fixture fingers are holding it. And now all I have to do is take these 2 brand new connectors and connect them to these wires, and then we'll plug it back in and put it back up in the ceiling. Okay, so we just insert the wire into the connector like that, and then we crimp it with this crimping tool. Okay, and after you've crimped it, you want to make sure and give those a little tug, a little pull, make sure they won't come off. Back into these wires up here. Now, LEDs are voltage specific. You have to figure out which one's positive and which one's negative. If you do this and it won't light up, then either unplug it and reconnect it, or you want to change the wires. In other words, in this case, I have a black wire and a black wire, and I know that's where they go. But if I had connected it to the white, the light itself would not function. So I would have to reverse those. All right, and the last thing that we do before we put it back up in the ceiling, now that we're all connected, is we turn it on. Hey, it works. And so now we just take the fixture and put it back up in the hole. Also, try to make sure that you align the original screw holes in the ceiling with the fixture. This will keep you from having to drill new holes. And once this is up here, it doesn't want to turn, so you want to check that as you push that back up into the ceiling. Okay, put the 3 screws back in and put the cover on. Okay, there's your light fixture, and here's our cap. And we just put this back up here and we screw it back on, nice and easy. And just till it stops. Check the light. Whoa, okay. And there we go. I highly recommend that you have a small kit with different types of crimpable connectors. I've got ring terminals in different sizes. The colors indicate the size of the wire that you would use. Most commonly are going to be the blues, which are the 16-14 gauge wire. Yellow are 10 and 12, and then the reds are usually 18 to 22. But I highly recommend you have a small kit with those in it. This is actually left over from my days as a marine technician, so it goes where I go. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little quick how to replace a light in your RV. I hope it helps some of you. Don't be afraid of it. If you can't work on your RV, you're at the mercy of the shop. So little things like this can easily be accomplished. All right, guys.